In today's episode, we're going to talk about why smart people get lost and lose, why intelligence, despite being a powerful tool, sometimes leads people astray instead of guiding them to success. Knowledge is power, they say, but if intelligence truly guaranteed success, we would see the smartest people always triumphing. After all, they have the tools, the knowledge, and the potential. However, if we take a moment to look closer at history, we'll see that some of the most brilliant minds still stumble, make mistakes, and end up lost. The question is, why does this happen? Why do individuals with so much potential sometimes falter, even fall? It's a paradox we must explore. The answer lies not in what people know, but how they act, how they think, and how they manage the pressures of their own abilities. Intelligence as a tool can be a blessing or a curse, depending on how it is wielded. Without the right balance, it can become a hindrance, a trap instead of a vehicle for success. 1. The trap of overconfidence. Pride comes before a fall. One of the most common traps intelligent people fall into is overconfidence. We often hear the phrase, "Pride comes before a fall." And there's truth to it. The smarter someone is, the more they may believe in their own judgment. The more knowledge they accumulate, the more they may think they are untouchable, that their way is the right way, and others just don't understand. History, however, is filled with examples of brilliant individuals who let their overconfidence dictate their actions and decisions, often to disastrous effect. Napoleon Bonaparte is perhaps one of the most well-known examples of a brilliant strategist whose overconfidence led to his downfall. He was able to conquer much of Europe, defeating armies that vastly outnumbered his own. But when he decided to invade Russia, he ignored many signs of danger, including the brutal Russian winter. His arrogance and disregard for advice cost him dearly. His army was decimated, and his empire crumbled. What happened? Napoleon's failure was rooted in his overestimating his abilities and underestimating the challenges ahead. The lesson here is that intelligence alone isn't enough to guarantee success. Intelligence must come with humility, the ability to see one's own limitations and remain open to feedback and other perspectives. When we fail to acknowledge that we can be wrong, when we don't check our ego and believe we know better than everyone else, it's easy to get lost. 2. Overthinking. He who hesitates is lost. While some smart people fail because of overconfidence, others are paralyzed by overthinking. It's a different problem, but one that still results in failure. This is often referred to as analysis paralysis. When someone's mind is so focused on analyzing every possible outcome, weighing every option, and considering every risk, that they end up not taking any action at all. We all know people who are so intelligent that they can't stop thinking. Every decision becomes a mental labyrinth, full of variables, unknowns, and potential consequences. While this can be useful for analyzing data or making large-scale decisions, it can also be crippling in daily life or in a fast-paced environment. There are countless examples of opportunities missed because someone couldn't pull the trigger. Steve Jobs himself, who revolutionized the world with the Apple brand, once said that his greatest competitors were not other businesses, but the paralysis that comes from overthinking. His success came because he had the courage to take action, to simplify, and to execute, rather than overanalyze. The danger of overthinking is that it makes you hesitate. You may think you're waiting for the perfect moment, but that moment rarely comes. Sometimes, the smartest decision isn't the most calculated one. It's the decision to take a leap, to risk making a mistake, and learning from it. But many smart people fall into the trap of inaction, afraid of making the wrong choice. 3. Fear of failure. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Another reason why smart people get lost is the pressure of expectations. Being intelligent comes with its own set of challenges, and one of the most significant is the burden of others' expectations. Society expects smart people to always succeed, to always know the answer, and to perform at an elite level. This can create an overwhelming fear of failure. Many smart people are afraid to try new things because they fear the stigma of failure or the possibility that others will see them as less than perfect. They may feel that anything less than perfection is a defeat, so they hesitate, they hold back, or they avoid taking risks altogether. Perfectionism is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it drives success, but on the other, it can prevent individuals from trying new things out of fear that they won't live up to their own standards or others' expectations. Perfectionists often fail because they refuse to take action unless they know it will be perfect. And perfect is a standard that's almost always out of reach. The reality is that failure is a natural part of success. It's through failure that we learn, adapt, and grow. Thomas Edison, when asked about his failures in inventing the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." The smart person fails when they let fear of failure hold them back from trying. 4. Lack of emotional intelligence. The heart has reasons that reason does not know. Many intelligent people struggle with emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage their own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. This is an area where many brilliant minds fall short. They focus so much on the logic, the numbers, the facts, that they forget the importance of human relationships and empathy. Emotional intelligence is crucial for success in life. It allows us to navigate social situations, manage stress, and understand ourselves and others. Without it, even the most intelligent person can find themselves alienated, misunderstood, or out of touch with those around them. Albert Einstein was a brilliant scientist, but his ability to connect with people on a personal level didn't always match his intellectual prowess. Emotional intelligence involves reading the room, sensing unspoken feelings, and acting with compassion, skills that are vital for leadership, teamwork, and personal relationships. Without emotional intelligence, intelligence becomes isolated and can lead to loneliness, frustration, or failure. The curse of complexity. Genius is simplicity. Smart people also tend to overcomplicate things. They may see the world as a complex series of variables to be analyzed and deciphered. However, simplicity often leads to better results. A brilliant idea is often one that does not require overanalysis. It's simple, it's clear, and it works. Steve Jobs made Apple a household name, not by making their products more complex, but by making them more user-friendly and simple. He understood that genius is not in complexity, but in the ability to simplify. If you try to solve everything with complex theories and strategies, you can get lost in your own thinking. The smartest people know that sometimes simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Final thoughts. The sharpest mind never stops learning. So, why do smart people get lost and lose? Because intelligence alone isn't enough. It must be paired with humility, to recognize your limitations and accept feedback. Action, to stop overthinking and seize opportunities. Emotional intelligence, to navigate the complexities of human relationships. Simplicity, to focus on what truly matters and avoid unnecessary complexity. At the end of the day, the smartest people aren't the ones who know everything. They're the ones who never stop learning, growing, and adapting. The greatest minds don't have all the answers. They have the curiosity and the openness to ask the right questions. They keep moving forward, evolving, and striving to understand not just the world around them, but themselves. That is the true mark of intelligence. Thanks for listening to this episode. I hope it gave you something to think about. If you enjoyed it, make sure to tune in next time for more insights and deep dives. Until then, stay curious, stay learning, and see you in the next episode.